What's up, man? You already know what time it is, man. I had to wait till it logged me in.
Hell yeah, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. You know how we is, True C. You already know.
Bro, says, man. You see, I had to pull out the shirt. You know,
Hey,
all day.
hey, tell them they don't know that solid foundation right there.
They don't know. They don't know, man. Hey, man, it's good to have you, though. Once again, man, everybody who's tuned in, I'm here with my man, Marley G, dope MC. Anybody who doesn't know, though, can you just give a little introduction, let them know who you are, where you're coming out of?
Well, I'm coming out of South Carolina, but, you know, I done been, you know, on the West Coast doing a lot of things with my brother right here, C-Hero. But at the end of the day, I'm Marley G, a.k.a., you know, Draco, Tony Draco, a.k.a., you know, Goldmouth, man. I stand for something, GMT, man, True C all day. But the foundation is real. They don't even know, man, like, you know.
We go way back. We go way back, man. Anybody who don't know.
And the struggle we've been through just to put a solid foundation, like, out of thin air to, like, a lot of people really grasp on the West Coast, but they don't grasp it from where we grew up from. So, you know, I got to bring that full effect to let a lot of people know, like, we here to stay. You know how that go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. So, you moved back to South Carolina, or you moved back from the West Coast out to us.
Right. And I basically, like, you don't want to tap in back home because, like, you remember, like, when we did music, like, we had a lot of love where, you know, a lot of people know us from other places, but they don't know us from, like, home, like, you know, stitched down, like, where you from. So I kind of, like, try to come back, you know, to show love, like, to my city and, like, where we come from and, you know, try to make something out of nothing, man. You know how that go.
Yeah, for sure. So how's the music scene been since you've been back in the Carolinas?
Well, I did a lot of music, like, with, like, close relatives, like, right now, like, you know, the song that they just heard, Turned Up, that was with me and Harold Real. Like, that's a close relative, but he would Stay Count Money, that's SCM. But that's, like, family ties into, like, what we doing, like, with True and C, but, like, at the same time, it's kind of like, I just try to collaborate with people, like, that with a solid foundation and trying to get their voice out there and be heard. You know how that go.
Yeah, for sure. Have you had any trouble finding, like, opportunities? I'm sure everybody has with them shutting down all the clubs and stuff. Did you have any plans for what you were going to do in 2020? And how are you going to, you know, navigate that going into 2021?
Oh, man, you already know. We try to take out like a rocket, man. Like, one thing I know about you when you show me, like, it don't matter, like, what diversity you in or what you doing. It's never, like, stop the progress of your work ethic to try to make yourself better. But, like, that would go my Taliban stand for, just a goal. You know, ain't nothing solid in goal. Just a foundation where you can get your voice out there and be heard. But at the same time, with a rebel mind, like, nothing can stop you for doing what your creativity is and make it better for you. You feel me?
Yeah. No, absolutely. So the Goldmouth Taliban, how'd you come up with that, man? That's kind of a controversial.
Man, because you know me, man. Like, not in that sense, like, you know, Taliban, like, this nationwide, like, trying to make sure, like, my words and, you know, urban, like, people from the urban, like, culture where we from kind of grasp, like, you know, with a set foundation. You know, like me, you came up with, you want to see, like, just to believe in ourselves and just have a solid foundation in each other. It kind of like where you can branch off and be, like, who you want to be, but just have your own thinking in your own mind and doing what you do. Like, if you don't respect your craft, nobody else gonna respect it. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else gonna do it. So at the same time, I try to, like, grasp that and, like, stay, you know, connected with the people that, the fans, that upcoming artists that don't really get that mainstream. You know what I'm saying?
So it's more in, like, some kind of underground type stuff.
Like, yeah, more or less, but right, but I'm doing this, like, nationwide. I'm trying to do it nationwide. If you collaborating and you want to, like, get your music out there, like, I collaborate with you. I don't care if you mainstream to local, like, where I come from, like, and me and you ain't never believe in our trouble, TMC wouldn't be what it is today, but at the same time, we kind of believe in each other and got that creativity and that vibe where we kind of, like, you know, feed off each other.
Yeah, 100%, man. You were always one of you were like my peer, but you were inspiration in a lot of ways. Like,
hey,
freestyles.
you likewise, like a lot of people don't know, like you're inspiration to me. Let me tell you why. Cause like, you know, when I was like, I'm on it, but I ain't on it. Like you had me where I had to be organized to kind of understand what business is and be like reliable. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
And it's
yeah,
hard to be reliable in your kind of domestic sense, but at the same time, it's kind of more or less like if you're doing business, like do what you say you're gonna do. So
yeah,
like I kind of understand that from you. So it kind of like a big help to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it enlightened and brought my horizon on things that I've been doing that I could have made myself better at.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, same, definitely. It was kind of
Mm.
like, hey man, if he ain't playing, I ain't playing. Like, let's get to it. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? Yeah,
But
for
you know
sure.
me, you got that chemistry like like Outcast, like you know, you want to do 3,000. I'm big boy, like at the same time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like we
man,
just mingle, like at the same. You know how we is, man. Like me,
yeah,
you could drop a Tron today. Matter of fact, Go Rush 2. A lot of people don't know. Y'all go tap into that. Go Rush 2. Like and it was a lot of promotion, but it ain't been a lot of promotion because you know D Gutter. Like we all so like competitive with our craft. Like we all drop stuff, but if a lot of people catch up, like they'll realize, like y'all, we very talented, man, on a lot of levels as far
yeah.
as
Creativity.
mainstream and
Yeah,
urban, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah. We got the crossover hits for sure. I could see what you're saying. So
right,
when you're in the studio nowadays, because we haven't worked together in a couple years, you know, I need to make
right.
my way down there. But you know, how do you draw inspiration for your music? Like where do you find yourself pulling from to come up with ideas and concepts and stuff like that?
Either it's you know, me basically focusing on making myself better, cause like I try to be the best at what I do, like regardless, like me, well, give me the inspiration, like when we do music, like your right creativity is so hard to where it kind of, you know, give me the inspiration to do the stuff that I need to do to kind of make myself better. Cause like what people don't know in the competitive atmosphere, you got to be at your best. And like my best come out when I'm around the best. So it's kind of
Yeah,
like getting that energy from people that got that positive mindset to make you want to like, you know, just be better
yeah,
with your craft. You know what I'm saying? Cause my influences come from like Lil Wayne, like that's my best rapper to me now. I don't really know like how everybody else said this, and you know, like even like with you know Big Daddy Kane and Big L and all those type of rappers. But as far as me being a truancy, I kind of you know draw my attention towards creativity. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And the people that drive you to bring out different type of creativity to your craft when you like got the mindset like you want to be better. And I try to like different. I don't care if it's pop, indies, hip hop, any different genre. I'm trying to go in that level because I'm trying to make myself better.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'm trying to be
Kind
a
of pushes
musician,
you.
not just a rapper. You feel me?
Mm,
Yeah.
absolutely, man. Some of your you were mentioning some of your inspirations. Uh, yeah, you were mentioning some of your inspirations. I know Lil Wayne. You said Big Daddy Kane. Who are some of the artists that you grew up listening to that made you feel like, yo, I could be a MC one day, or I got to do this. You know what I mean?
Um, to be honest with you, I'm gonna say a lot of people like Tupac. You know, like the Tupac, the Biggie, the Scarfaces, Pimp C. If you're talking about older, but as we get into the now generation, you know, like Boosie, a lot of Webbies, 50 Cent,
Yeah,
um, Kodak Black. I gotta say those because like even though they're like young and they really like up there, it's just that their whole mindset on running something that they believe in that a lot of people gotta respect because they're younger. You know, a lot of
yeah,
people don't want to respect stuff because you're younger, but where I come from, like it don't matter what you're doing, it's how you do it.
yeah.
You know.
I mean, we know plenty of older MCs who don't got their shit together. You know what I mean? So
That's real.
any young MCs or any young artists that like got their whole like sniper gang. You know what I'm saying? He got a whole kind of organization that he's kind of the head of. You know what I mean? Like it takes a lot of intelligence and it takes a lot of planning to even keep something like that together, right?
Right.
But yeah, that's definitely commendable to like even look at somebody like that. They're younger, but that don't mean anything. If you're a boss, right?
That's real. That's real.
Yeah. Yeah. So what about your collaborations? You mentioned Hell Rail on a couple of
Yeah,
the.
I did something with like the song that you heard that you was playing it called Love on Me. That's like
Oh,
Trulu, Hell Rail, you know, that's a SCM State Count Money production that I did with my family members, but it also tied into GMT because, you know, it's just something that we did to kind of show, like, speaking on, like, your loved ones before. Tell them, like, really how you feel before they leave, you know?
mm-hmm.
Kind of give them a grasp of how you really feel. Like, don't get them by the roses when they did. Get them the roses while they here. You think?
100%. Yeah.
So, just that type of
Is
it.
that the next song? I did hear that song on somebody's SoundCloud. Is that your next single? Is that like y'all gonna do a video or anything for that?
Yeah, we gonna definitely do a single for that. But also the turn up too. You know,
Yeah.
like the turn up is like more of a single, like in the club type of atmosphere where people can kind of got to understand like really where we coming from and kind of be energetic on, you know, the positive vibe that we trying to get to the community and the stuff that we doing to move. You know, a movement. It's a movement, man, right now, really. Like,
Yeah.
but for Carolina, I just gotta speak for South Carolina, man. If you out there, man, and you trying to collaborate and you really trying to do something like for the youth and what we doing, like just link in, man. You know, like with you personally, like Hip Hop Tonight. Like I try to tell a lot of people, like you're a good business partner. Like as far as anything, like wise, if you trying to link in, this the man you want to talk to, like to
Hey.
get your interview and kind of like you know, like the truancy movement and you know, just trying to bring something to my city. That's what I'm trying to do now. So if you're really trying to collaborate, I don't care who you is, from an underground artist to a mainstream. Like we just trying to collaborate and trying to bring everybody together as a unity. That's what Taliban is about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nation, like bring everybody together to kind of like do music from a different perspective, than to kind of like feel like you know, hey, I ain't gonna put him on the track because you know they feel like they gonna lose something. Like you more the game with the best people that you trying to collaborate with.
Yeah. And you can
Yeah.
always, you can always find something for somebody to do on the track. Like they might just be doing some ad libs or something, you know what I mean? But
Exactly.
you can always find something that is dope out of what people are bringing to the table, right? You know,
Right.
man. I wanted to ask you just because I've seen you write your lyrics, I've seen you come off the top, I've seen you punch in, I've seen you freestyle. What is your take on that? How is your recording process now? Are you doing more writing, kind of coming off the top with it? What's your usual process nowadays?
You know me, man. Like really, like as far as like the mainstream status, you know me. I can come up the top with anything. But what I learned from you is to perfect your craft. What you learned me that a lot of people don't know is it's better to write. To be honest, because it kind of gets set in stone, like the
Mm-hmm.
type of view and the vision that you want to give people. And I'm gonna tell you something. Well, you ain't told me that, but I know you do. Like I gotta watch what I say now. So, cause like you know, we got a lot of younger like
Yeah.
youth coming up, and I want everybody to know, like, even though I express myself, right, I might express myself on a drug dealer type thing, and I can express myself on love type thing. But at the end of the day, I'm just speaking on something that in a story that I once lived or I once did. That don't necessarily mean they got to go out there and do it. So I kind of like now kind of watch what I'm kind of like giving to the world, because you know your words is something that travel like that hold more weight than anything right now in the world. So I kind of like trying to get a youth something positive to look at,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know.
that's what's up. Yeah, my son has been like reciting some of my lyrics. He's only 3. And I'm like, man, I gotta be careful. You know what I'm saying? What I'm
Yeah,
even
that
playing out of
real.
the track. I come up with
Yeah,
something catchy and he's repeating it. And I'm like, oh shoot, I was cussing all on that. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
yeah,
that real.
you're gonna be the inspiration for the next generation, right? So even for
Right.
your own kids and for everybody else. But the people nowadays, they look at you funny if you come in the studio and you're trying to sit down with a pen and paper, like, nah, punch me
Yeah.
in, plug me in right here. You know what I mean? How do you think about just the music that's coming out nowadays, the quote unquote mumble rappers and stuff? Like their creative style, they're taking like 3 minutes to make a song. They're not taking, hours to sit down and write.
Yeah, that real. But I feel like this. Like nowadays music is like changing. So it's kind of like everybody want a trend. So if you ain't really on the wave or the trend or you know what everybody else is doing, like more or less like followers, like what I was taught, like you stand, like you know what I'm saying. You can't stand with an army, you can't stand alone. So at the end of the day, like I try to make something that's like differentiate myself from everybody else, like something different, but it's like everybody grasps to because they trying to understand like where a real person is coming from. Because where we come from is urban, like you don't really get no mainstream artists. Like everybody can't be heard.
Yeah.
So really what they selling now is something that everybody know, but you really want to grasp towards urban people because you kind of can relate. I can't relate to somebody in the Maserati because I don't have one. But I can relate to someone that going through what I'm going through and trying to bring, you know what I'm saying, an understanding where we all can connect. You know what I'm saying? Like Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? We trying to connect, but we trying to connect on a different level. Like, you know, like on a level where, like our music, man, to be example. What I learned, like when I listen to our music, like Tune, see a lot of people got to know Gold Rush One. You know, newspaper talk about that. We don't really glorify that, but a lot of newspapers talk about that. But it kind of give you like you could do anything you put your mind to it. So it's like, what are you selling to people? And I'm gonna sell them a lie. Like we kind of sell them like what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't gonna be heard if you telling the truth. But if I tell you a lot of people go ahead and be proud. You know? So I try to like be real to myself and try to
You feel like a lot of people out here pretty much just clout chasing, trying to chase fame, chase going viral, just ride the wave of what people are listening to. Is that
right?
kind of
Like think about it. If I go dress just like the same person dressed, how can you tell the difference? How can we tell the difference? Like, you know, we make True MC like they don't know true, like being real to yourself. MC is just a rapper. So if I'm gonna tell you a story, I'm gonna tell you a story of something I experienced, something I can relate to. Like we come from the bottom, we come from nothing, from Detroit to South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Like where we come from, like a lot of people don't make it out and get to see the things we see when we were in California and all over the world making something, try to make it better for our family. Like what we doing in our DNA. So it kind of like a lot of things now, it's kind of like for the likes. You ain't know Instagram, you don't even do likes no more. So really, like a person got to like, you know what I'm saying?
I
like
did hear about that.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Like, if so, they ain't doing it for the views, what they doing it now for? For who you really are, like what your craft is. So if your craft don't grasp people towards you, ain't nothing is. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. So what do you think about Instagram getting rid of the likes? You think that's a good thing or?
Nah, to say like, look, we like one of the hardest working people. I ain't gonna lie. Like D Gutter, you know what I'm saying? Your brother Ray Tyler, like a lot of people don't know. Even Tone One, like y'all a lot of my inspiration, cause coming from where I come from, like I ain't see people with drive like y'all. So it kind of like, instead of being like y'all motivational people, so a lot of people can grasp towards y'all and what y'all giving the game. Then, all right, I'm gonna show you real quick. You know, some money, fast cars. Like everybody can relate to that. How you gonna relate to that?
I mean, I think a lot of people aspire to have fancy cars, so they want to, you know, you want to pretend, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this could be me one day, woke up in a new Bugatti or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like, hey, I wish I was this guy. You know what I mean? You don't think that there's something to that?
No, because really, at the end of the day, when it all said and done, right, you got to go back to who you is in your little bubble. So the people that you be around and the people that know you know the truth on you and know, like, set in stone, like the type of person you're, like the type of person I used to be. Like, I'm energetic. So when I go make music, I try to be passionate with, like, it's passion. Like, I don't even care if I get paid. Like, as far as the heart and everything I seen growing up, I try to, like, give a person some type of melody or some type of in tune with like a type of person I am and what I portray. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like a lot of people see me, so I got to make sure what I'm portraying and really what I want the message to be.
Right.
That's like all part of the plan. Like, you know?
Yeah, straight up. What do you think about signing to major labels versus the independent grind? You know, it takes a lot more effort to make it independently. You get a major label, you know, they might be able to put some money behind you. What do you think are the benefits or Yeah. What's your opinion on that?
Uh,
Like, would you like to be signed to a major, or is that something you've heard enough horror stories about?
to be honest with you, I was just talking to a couple labels, to be honest,
Okay.
but
You're like,
and
I
I
was.
ain't gonna lie, I was gonna talk to you about that. Listen, I was about to call you like 2 weeks ago to talk to you about that, and I was like, you know what? Like, I don't really know. Like, to be honest with you, like I look at it like this, like, what can they give me that we ain't already done?
Yeah.
Like, to be honest. And then it's kind of like, okay, if I do sign with these people and I do get their money, like, what type of position that put my artistic craft in? Like,
Right.
am
Right.
I gonna have to say to do what I want to do, or if I'm still gonna be able to, like, I gotta shape myself in the way they want me to. So it's kind of like hard, really. But at the same time, like, what I learned from you, independence is the best way to go, to be honest, because sometimes, you know, for all the hard work you've done, you might have to give all that away.
Yeah. I
So
mean, at the end of the day, it's pretty much like you're getting a loan. You get that advance,
yeah,
pay that back. So it's like, hey, I think if I give you $1 million, you can make an album that's going to sell 5 million. You know, but is that just that just might be too risky? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, I understand though.
You know, but I think like personally, I think major labels definitely have their place. You know, and if you're in a position where I guess it just depends on the contract, depends on what label it is. You know,
Right.
there's not one right answer for that for sure. I was just curious what your thought process was behind that.
Well, me personally, you know me, man. Like, I do this for the passion of it, but at the same time, if I can get paid and I can kind of keep my vision where I can choose the people I want to kind of manifest what I'm trying to do and
Yeah.
try to get my message, then it's a good thing. But if it's kind of like where I'm taking away and I got to be able, with somebody can press remote control and control what I'm saying and what I'm doing, then nah, I don't want to do it, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it kind of takes away from the funness of it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, when we did music, like, we did it for the energy and the funness of it, like, really. Like, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, man. I do be reminiscing about those days sometimes, man. We were in California for a few years, maybe like 4 years ago.
Right.
And we had some good times out there, man.
Yeah,
I
we did.
still that cannabis cup, man. That was probably one of my best days in California.
Yeah, real.
Oh man,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like, man, I got to go back.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
definitely.
So with the name Marley G, you know, how'd you come up with that name? What is that? The significance behind that?
Well, Marley means, you know, as far as like my biggest idol of it all besides rap is by Marley Soul. But my granddad used to call me Marley. Like, he'd come in the house and he'd be like, Marley. Like, so I took that, but G stand for greatness. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. Like, I want to be great at what I do. Like, it don't matter what it is. Like, I try to be the best at what I do and try to, you know, step it up so I can be on another level where people can know the difference between, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see, where can people find your music right now? It's the True MC's SoundCloud, right? What do you remember what that
Right.
is?
Yeah,
It's
you already know
True
me. I'm
MC.
repping the brand. Hey, I'm repping the brand. Even if I'm GNT, I'm True MC first. So, you know, at the end of the day, like, you can go to True MC's on SoundCloud. You can go to Marley Prince. I'm getting music right now on Apple. So in a minute, you can be able to go on Apple and download that. So at the same time, you know, I'm just trying to be constructive what I'm doing.
Word. So you're gonna put it out on all the streaming platforms, pretty much.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
awesome. Yeah.
And I'm about to definitely drop an EP called Skinny Elephant. Y'all gotta check into that. It's gonna be like a little, I'm thinking like a little 7 song, just to kind of get people, you know.
Skinny elephant, man. Do we gotta
Yeah,
wait to figure out what you mean, or what you
yeah.
mean?
It's like, even though, you know, I'm skinny, like, but I'm big. You feel me? I'm colossal.
Okay.
Like, I want a lot of people to know, like, in this music game, like, I'm something to be reckoned with. Like, you can understand. You can see me. Yeah,
Yeah.
trying to set the bar.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. The couple songs that you just put out on SoundCloud are pretty dope. It's Click Click is one of them, and then the
Right.
other one is We Turned Up, like two dope
Yeah.
songs. So make sure everybody who's tuned in, go check out, search for Marley G, True MCs. Should see all of that popping up. Marley G, Turned Up, featuring Hell Rail. Dope song, you know what I mean? So we're definitely looking forward to seeing what you got coming up in the future. Especially that album, man. I'm curious because your last solo album was pretty tight. Self-explanatory.
Oh yeah.
Now that was volume one.
Y'all make sure.
That was volume one. You know, are we ever gonna get Self-Explanatory volume 2?
Definitely. Oh man, I got so much music. Like, to be honest with you, like, you know me, man. Like, I'm always working. Like, I'm always in my head. So, like, it's definitely a lot of stuff that I'm coming with. But right now, like, I'm in the mood to drop this little EP real quick to kind of get y'all like what I'm up to date on, like, right now. And then after that, we can kind of go into more stuff. And we definitely, me and you and Gunner, listen. Now, y'all hear me saying it myself. Me and you and Gunner need to collaborate on something on the Gold Rush. We need to do another Gold Rush just to kind of get them, you know, a true MC, like, you know, like Goody Mob, like type theme, man. We need to do something really. Make something happen.
Man, I got some ideas. I got some ideas I can send your way. You know, I haven't been really rapping as much recently. I've been so focused on doing this, but I have been wanting to get back in the booth though. So, you know, I'm thinking about putting together like a Hip Hop Tonight mixtape or something like that.
That'd be dope.
Collaborate with some of the different artists that I've interviewed, man. So hopefully I can get you on a couple tracks on there. You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure, man. Well, look, I know 30 minutes goes by really quick. Is there anything that you wanted to get out there to the people before we get up out of here?
Definitely. I'm trying to start up this new cypher thing, right? Where I go like to different areas and we kind of get different like people that don't be heard, like raps or whatever. So when I'm coming to a city near you, man, GMT True MC, I'm trying to get like a little cycle where we can kind of get people heard. So if you're trying to collaborate, you can always link up with, you know, Hip Hop Tonight or, you know, Cortez Tyler, or you can hook up with Marley G. You know, just type in Marley_G_TMC, or you can follow me at SoundCloud, Marley Prince, to kind of get the music and the updates. So, you know.
Awesome, man.
Tune in.
That's dope, man. Well, I really appreciate you coming on, man. You know, it's been a long time. We probably should just be talking more, you know what I mean? I got questions for off camera, you know what I mean? Like,
hey, I ain't know if it, you know, it probably, you know, it's a pandemic, a lot of stuff going on. It's kind of hard right now to kind of get your music. But listen, I got to definitely come to the studio and put something down because, you know, it don't feel right if I don't do it with you anyway. So you know how that goes.
Please, man. Please come through. I'm coming down there. Either way, man. It's only a couple hours.
Yes.
We're coming. I'm coming. Shoot.
All right.
Okay, man. Well, look, I appreciate everybody who tuned in tonight, man. Like I always say, the creatives out there, stop consuming, start creating. Please tune in again. Follow me at Hip Hop Tonight on YouTube. I'm going to have this interview up there tomorrow. So tune in. We got some more stuff coming this week. I appreciate y'all. Once again, I'm Cortez Hero, Marley G. Peace out.
Big click.
When I'm on that Marley, baby, I'm turned up. Yeah, she on one. While I'm on the pill, I know you on one. Catch me on the pill, I might just murder something. Me in my cup, hope she don't want nothing. That burn one. Stay counting money, baby, we stacking up. Keep that torch on.